Edwards here on a very, very, very cold evening here in New Zealand. And to prove how cold it is, I put a picture up of what I woke up to this morning. Around about here, I think. Yeah, about 1 degree. Most it got up to was like 2 degrees. That is flipping cold, no matter where you are. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyhow, back to the point. It is a loco review. Now, I haven't done one of these in about 4 months, so I might be a bit rusty. Now, first of all, and I just noticed a mistake I made, was like a bonehead. All I did was turn the TV on mute. Oh gosh, one of those nights. Anyhow, back to the review. I got myself a brand new Locomotive. It's not a passenger type. It's not a mixed traffic type. It's not a tank engine. It's a tender locomotive. But, unlike the majority of my stock, it is a modern era tender loco. I don't mean like Hornby era type deal. No. It's not the 2 tender bittern. I wish it was, but it's not. What I mean by modern era is it's in the ice cube packaging. It's got the wires, better motor, gearing, a lot. And here it is. Now, if you don't know what this is already, it is a Raven Q6 locomotive. Well, Q6 in the L and the R and BR. But for the North Eastern Railway, where Sir Vincent Raven was the chief mechanical engineer of, it was better known as a T2. And as we can already tell, it's by Hornby. Ain't it a beauty? As we can tell, early BR livery, 63443. And yeah, DCC ready. Now I have actually given this a good check over, ran it in, and that. And I think that is one of the best looking freight locos I've ever seen. Apart from my 9F. Ooh, she's a bit lighter than I thought. Oh, detail pack. Almost forgot to mention it. It actually is covered in the paperwork for once. The detail pack. Oh yeah. Q6. There's the paperwork for it. Lubrication, accessories, and one of the accessories that comes in the detail pack, and I'm not kidding. I mean, look at that. The bracket for the NEM coupler. That is different. It did not come with the vac pipes. I've checked. I have checked that. And fitting the brake rigging on the underside is a complete pain in the backside. And I had to take it off, which was even worse. I'll get to that in a minute. First things first. Look at that lovely drawer in there. Sorry if the camera works crap, but it is what it is. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm a bit rusty. And a bit of history on the loco. Feel free to pause and read it. Okay, back to the Locomotive. Let's get her unboxed. And on the layout, shall we? And that and the focus is really not my friend today. Ah, Jesus. Oh, is what it is. Let's get her on the layout, get her all sorted, and get her running. Okay, Now, before I get it out of the ice cube packaging, I figure open it in that direction, I believe. Because, although you don't know it, there's actually quite a nice little bit of rod work on this side. So, just slide out the packaging. Or slide it out of the sleeve, I should say. And open her up. Now let's get a close look at this Loco. Now, first things first, you see the metal tender buffers. Beautiful detailing in the cab. Not a bad fake coal load, but it is actually removable. But it's a right prat of a job to get it out. Tender brake rigging in that, it looks good. As you can see, it's a joined Loco, so yeah. This is the bracket for the front coupler. And there's that bit of extra rodding I told you about. I believe that's for the mechanical lubricator. Now, top of the Loco looks good. Sprung buffers, you beauty. And the rest of the detail looks very beautiful. And I just love that boiler cap. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. And the reversing rod, I just noticed that. That's beautiful. Alright. Let's get her on the bit of a loop line there. Alright, I believe I got it on. Now, I did buy this as a new second-hand Loco for about just under 190 New Zealand dollars, which I think, for those of you who live in the UK, would technically be under about would be under 95 quid, I think it would be. It would be under 95 quid, yeah. That ain't bad. But I'm just noticing the slack action in the rodding. I mean, look at that. That's a fair bit of slack action. Oh, and what I mentioned about getting the collar to the tender. Well, I can show you now. Just take the Loco off the rails for a moment. Very conveniently placed bit of rail. And boom. That's all she wrote. That's how you get the coal out of these darn things. Because look at that molding. That is something different. That's something different right there. Wow. Not bad, but I still want to put my own fling on it and put real coal in. Because it's hard to beat the look of real coal. But I guess for the purposes of this video, I will keep the fake rubbish in like that. Okay. Now, normally these locomotives were meant for heavy freight traffic, and that usually you can see films of these old locomotives moving 21-ton wagons like that. One there, really. Now, this one has been weighted down with real coal, as we can see. And I still think that looks far better than the fake rubbish. But everyone to their own. Now, I'm just going to see how it goes around my layout. And hopefully, nothing bad goes wrong. Well, nothing bad happens anyway. Because, if you're a member of the Model Railway YouTubers community group or Model Rail Network, you'll have seen a clip I placed up there a while ago when I first got this, and it was not a good impression. No, it was at best rubbish, annoying, and at the time I thought it was a complete waste of money. But now I'm being proven wrong, and I'm grateful at that. But first things first, we just got to see how slow that Loco can crawl. So, I'll zoom in on to the mechanical lubricator and just slowly turn up the juice. Bit of noise from the motor. It's moving. Oh my gosh. Admittedly, it looks a bit steppy, but if it can crawl like that, forget the motor noise, that's a beauty. And yes, there is room in this tender for a speaker, but I don't roll with DCC. Purely, still got to fit point motors. Purely because I think DC is a lot more cheap. And I've seriously got to clean up this layout. It is not in good shape. But you know, is what it is. And there she goes. So I say, why not let it run around for a bit? And maybe I'll hook on some wagons or coaches. Let's have a... Well, I think that's enough running for today. I think as a creme de la creme, or finale for this locomotive, I think it would be fair to have it running at the local model club. That way I can give it a quick service before giving it a proper trainer haul. Because in fairness, for a freight design, I want it to work and earn its keep, which means heavy hauling. So, ending with, well, clips of this running at the local model club's layout. This is Upwell and Onwards saying good night.
Yeah, because I couldn't do
Oh, crap.
No, but you didn't. You died when she was 94. That's the most rigid, actually.
Okay, here we are at the local Model Engineers Club. Now we're going to see how the Q6 does with a semi-prototypical open wagon goods train. Show it. It looks like a fast freight.
No, dude, man. Well, we might think it's quite good. Maybe it's a good night. Or it's, I think we had one plane to sit something and that one lost the background. That's the only thing that's all here must not be trained on.
Wrong.
Maybe it's looking at this front.
No, I'm recording mine because of a review video I'm doing.
It's really faded.
Thank you.